I want to bring in now Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes. Nancy, you've been following all of this for us. Let's start off first with what we heard the president announcing, that he's going to make sure that Secret Service has every resource necessary to protect the former president, that they are going to review the security measures for the RNC, but that there will also be an independent review of the security at the rally that will be shared publicly. Talk to us about what you're hearing from your White House sources.
That was really notable, that last point, Lana, that no matter what that independent review shows, whether it is positive or negative for the Secret Service, that the White House plans to release those findings publicly. Beyond that, the president once again tried to strike a note of unity. He said that unity is the most important thing, very difficult to achieve. He said we will continue to debate over policy or politics, but we need to be unified as a country. Beyond that, he said there's no place in America for violence. An assassination attempt is contrary to everything we are. Very interesting that he is now planning to deliver an Oval Office address. Those are quite rare, usually reserved for really important events in American life, and this would certainly qualify. So we will be speaking to the White House to try to get more details about what exactly is on his agenda to address in that speech, how long it will be, and why they felt that this was an important time. Even though he spoke last night and just a few moments ago here at the White House, he feels that this is so important that he wants to give a more formal address from the Oval Office.
And Nancy, we appreciate you bringing us all of those updates. You also reported that President Biden is postponing his trip to Texas tomorrow. What more can you tell us about how his schedule is changing, particularly for this week?
Right. So obviously, this is a very sensitive situation. The Biden team doesn't want to do anything that would appear to, resemble overt campaigning, even though the trip that he was scheduled to make tomorrow was not really a campaign event. He was making a trip as part of his official duties. He was going to the LBJ Presidential Library in Austin, Texas, to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act. He was going to give a speech there. He was going to do a sit-down interview there, but the White House has canceled that visit, at least for now. They're hoping to reschedule it for 10 days from now because the president is still being briefed by his national security team. We got a photo of him in the Situation Room a couple of hours ago, meeting with his top advisors, and we assume that that's going to continue tomorrow. He said, in fact, in his brief remarks a short time ago, that he still doesn't have any information about the motive of this shooter. He said, don't make any assumptions about this individual's motives or affiliations. The FBI is investigating all of that, he said, and he is pushing for a swift investigation. He said the FBI will have all the resources it needs to do so.
Really important to try and bring down the temperature in this environment. Nancy Cordes, thank you.